कौन सा फ्लोर?
Italian marble.
Oh no, flat.
3 BHK है मैम.
घर बेचने का भूत सवार. लिस्ट कीजिए 99 एकर्स पर और पाइए जेन्युइन बायोस.
It's the change that excites you. The never done before drives you. The long stretches, the endless lanes. Watch in awe as you walk through. You are the seeker of new. We create to inspire. Introducing the new Ciaz. Nexa. Create. Inspire.
Nexa.
This program is co-sponsored by
Nexa.
Thousands arrive at the CM's official residence for Janta Darshan, but the Chief Minister leaves them waiting for nearly 90 minutes before finally making an appearance. Series of meetings in KPCC office over preparations for Lok Sabha polls. KC Venugopal, Dinesh Gundurrao, Siddharamaiah and Ishwar Khandre attend the meeting. Pratap Simha heckled and asked by voters to leave a polling booth on Friday, told that non-voters should not be near booths. CBI team arrives in Bengaluru over investigations into the murder of Narendra Dabholkar. Amol Kale reportedly sought by CBI for questioning. A rare confrontation was seen in the Nagarhole forest, a python inching its way towards a tiger amid a sea of shutterbugs. Hello and welcome to News9. I'm Nikhil Vasuki. We begin with some big news that has just come in. Gauri Lankesh case accused Amol Kale has been sent to CBI custody. That's the latest big news that has just come in. Amol Kale sent to CBI custody. CBI had approached the court seeking a body warrant of Amol Kale. Amol Kale is the main accused in the Gauri Lankesh murder case. CBI suspects Amol Kale's involvement in rationalist Narendra Dabholkar's murder. CBI sleuths have taken custody of Amol Kale from Parapana Agrahara today. That's the latest coming in. CBI has taken custody of Amol Kale. The probe intensifies. And now his complicity in the murder of rationalist Narendra Dabholkar is also being looked into. Amol Kale seems to have involvement, at least as per the direction the investigation is taking, in both Narendra Dabholkar and Gauri Lankesh's murder. Gauri Lankesh being the most recent, just about a year now since Gauri Lankesh was shot dead outside her Rajarajeshwari Nagar home. And now CBI has taken a body warrant that has been granted by the court and has taken Amol Kale into their custody. More big news coming in. Karnataka SIT sleuths gather information from the anti-terrorism squad team from Maharashtra in the Gauri Lankesh case. 4 two-wheelers were reportedly used for the murder of rationalists and have been seized by the ATS team. These vehicles are suspected to be used in murders of M.M. Kalburgi, Govind Pansare, Narendra Dabholkar and Gauri Lankesh. ATS is examining which vehicle was used for which particular murder. So a lot of pieces seem to be coming together with regard to the investigation in the deaths not just of Gauri Lankesh but now M.M. Kalburgi, Govind Pansare and Narendra Dabholkar. All of it is coming together. Now the vehicles are being identified. Here is the vehicle that was last seen in Rajarajeshwari Nagar on the right of your screen on the day of the murder of Gauri Lankesh at her Rajarajeshwari Nagar residence. The date stamp shows the 5th of September. Meanwhile, while the motorcycles in this particular case are being assessed, now they're doing a match of which motorcycle was used for which crime. So there is a possibility of 4 motorcycles, in addition to which there are also the possibility of just 2 weapons, handguns, both country-made, being used for all 4 murders. So it appears that the same handgun was used for the murder of Gauri Lankesh and M.M. Kalburgi, and one for the murder of Govind Pansare and Narendra Dabulkar. So these are the pieces that seem to be coming together now. The motorcycles are being assessed. On to some political news. Senior Congress MP Veerappa Moily has taunted the whole comment and the reactions to the fact that Siddaramaiah had answered a question in the affirmative when asked if he'd like to be the Chief Minister again. He said that the Chief Minister's post is not vacant, at least in this coalition government, and it has been decided that H.D. Kumaraswamy will be the Chief Minister. Veerappa Moily, in the latest of responses with regard to this whole controversial statement that was made 2 Fridays ago in Hassan, in Hole Narsipura, in a public gathering by Siddaramaiah. Let's listen specifically to what Veerappa Moily said.
ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯ 5 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಬೇರೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾವು ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಅದು ಅಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಮತ್ತು ನಮಗೇನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ.
So that was what Veerappa Moily said, that this is not a point to be discussed anymore. Consistently getting into damage control mode, Congress leaders are stating that the coalition is here to stay and no one can unseat Kumaraswamy. The post is not up for grabs.
ನಾವು ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಅದು ಅಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಮತ್ತು ನಮಗೇನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯ 5 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಬೇರೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾವು
Big news coming in, and there seem to be more reactions coming in, this time from K.C. Venugopal, who has seemingly downplayed Siddaramaiah's statement on wanting to become Chief Minister. Siddaramaiah has already clarified on his remarks yesterday. This is what K.C. Venugopal said. Siddaramaiah has clarified that the coalition government will complete 5-year term and there is no need to rake the issue up again. So K.C. Venugopal coming in and stating that once and for all this issue needs to stop being talked about, that there is no question about the fact that Siddaramaiah is backing the coalition government and is not intent on becoming Chief Minister. He's already clarified on his remarks yesterday, being Friday, and that the coalition government will be given full support to complete a 5-year term. Arun Sundaram joins me on the phone right now. Arun, time and again we've been talking about damage control coming in from the Congress. They are stating that all of these are opinions that are just coming out of the blue, that there is no need to worry about the coalition. It will last 5 years. Are they conducting damage control right now?
Absolutely, because it appears that there is a sense, niggling suspicion at least, in the JDS camp. They have not gone public, they have not been vocal about it. But then you've had 2 instances in the recent past where none other than the Chief Minister himself took a sarcastic jibe at one of his cabinet colleagues from the Congress, saying that even this particular minister has or is nursing hopes of becoming the Chief Minister. So clearly it just indicates that maybe it was an unintended remark or it was done intentional, whatever be the case. The fact is that peripheral issues, it appears, are now taking center stage. As I've been reiterating time and again, Nikhil, the problem is rolling out the farm loan waiver so that the 22.6 lakh farm families are able to benefit from this, and more importantly, undertaking the rescue that is done, the rehabilitation work, not just of Kodagu but even of coastal Karnataka and many other districts which have been flood hit, that needs to be taken up on a war footing. But instead of that, doing this kind of moonlighting, doing this kind of hallucination, and then making statements based on this induced hallucination, etc., does no one any good. Now you will have to spend in all your time, which could have been productively used for governance purpose, on clarifying these remarks. And today you are seeing a plethora of leaders coming out and clarifying or giving interpretation of their own accord to this particular statement, Nikhil.
Thank you, Arun, for giving us those insights. So certainly, clarifications galore for the last 8 days since Siddaramaiah made that statement in Holenasipura in a public gathering. Now, for some news from the city, big news coming in. BBMP in the midst of another controversy. That's the latest coming in. BBMP in the midst of another controversy requiring accountability. Allegations of more than 150 crore rupees scammed in the name of LED bulbs in the BBMP office has arisen. International Finance Corporation has referred Shapoorji Pallonji Group for the LED bulbs. This is the allegation, and BBMP Commissioner Manjunath Prasad has been accused of involvement in the scam. So allegations of 150 crore rupees scammed in the name of LED bulbs referred by International Finance Corporation. Shapoorji Pallonji was given the referral for the LED bulbs. This is what the allegation is, and BBMP Commissioner Manjunath Prasad has been accused of involvement in the scam. That's the latest rather murky situation that has arisen from the BBMP now in the midst of a fresh new controversy over LED bulbs that have been made to use by the BBMP. Within the BBMP office, 150 crores worth of LED bulbs is the quantum of the scam. So there is a right to information that has been sought as well by the looks of it, and that has led to this particular reported revelation, of course, warranting a great deal of investigation further into how this tender was formed, how the decision was arrived at to have these companies involved. This is the complaint copy that you can see. This is an inquiry under the Right to Information Act that has been sought. Now, Manjunath Prasad has been accused of involvement in the scam. Manjunath Prasad is the current BBMP commissioner, and the complainant states that it was under Manjunath Prasad's purview that this scam was propagated. The quantum, 150 crore rupees, and the object here are LED bulbs for use in the BBMP office. We'll now slip into a short break. More news and updates are on the other side. Stay with us.
मंजिल है दूर घनी हर राह पे मुश्किल है खड़ी दमादम दम 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 दमदार सुपर कैरी चल मेरे
इसमें है दमदार इंजन, जबरदस्त माइलेज और बेहतरीन हैंडलिंग। मेरा सुपर कैरी, मेरा दमदार यार।
कौन सा फ्लोर?
Italian marble.
Oh no, flat.
3 BHK है मैम।
घर बेचने का भूत सवार, लिस्ट कीजिए 99 एकर्स पर और पाइए जेन्युइन बायोस।
Welcome back. Big news coming in. Heavy rain slash the national capital. That's the latest coming in. Heavy rains are lashing New Delhi. Low-lying areas in Delhi inundated due to heavy rains. There were also words of a bus stuck in rainwater in the area of Yamuna Bazaar. More than 30 passengers are struggling to get out of the stranded bus, while the meteorological department has warned of heavy rains across North India. Heavy rains expected in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Delhi and Rajasthan. That's the latest from the weather right now in the national capital has led to heavy flooding. Here is a bus that is stranded. Water has already entered the engine and we have at least 30 passengers struggling to get out of this bus, not knowing what dangers befall them on the ground as well. There could be potholes and other dangers as well. So as of now, they've been advised to stay in the bus, but with not much else to do, nowhere else to go. And it certainly is a murky situation for the passengers of this particular bus. This is in the Yamuna Bazaar area, and likewise, as you can see, heavy rains throughout the national capital, continuously going on for the last few days. You can see streams of water through the most commonly used thoroughfares. Across North India, heavy rains are predicted for at least the next 48 hours, which is also the extent to which the meteorological department can provide as close and accurate estimate of weather patterns as possible. Smaller vehicles certainly have a lot of difficulties here with water entering exhaust pipes and stalling engines therewith. So what was seen right down south is also seemingly happening up north as well, with the intensity of flooding. Similar flooding is also seen in northeast of India, with the Brahmaputra having swollen up as well. So across North India and Northeast India, there is a great deal of flooding, which is expected to continue with more rains forecast over the next 48 hours. Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, the entire Delhi National Capital Region and Haryana are also at risk. Rajasthan too is at risk of heavy rains. More big news from the political front. Infighting comes to the fore during B.S. Yediyorapa's meeting in Kalburgi. That's the latest coming in from the BJP side. Leaders of the Banjara community were seen quarrelling right in front of the B.S. Yediyurappa, the state BJP chief, over Lok Sabha poll tickets. Supporters of Subhash Rathod and Babu Rao Chauhan were fighting for the Kalburgi Lok Sabha ticket. B.S. Yediyurappa says the ticket will be announced after conducting a survey in the constituency. So we've learned of a bitter interaction between two candidates for a ticket right in front of B.S. Yediyurappa in Kalburgi during a meeting. Members of the Banjara community, leaders of the Banjara community, were seen in a verbal altercation. Let's just listen to it.
जैसे मनस मोटो कर लो मीडिया वाला देख रहे थे
So these supporters, as well as leaders themselves, Subhash Rathod and Babu Rao Chauhan, who are both pitching themselves for the Kalburgi Lok Sabha ticket, which B.S. Yediyurappa himself said would be announced after a survey is conducted, but getting into a bit of a verbal altercation with each other. Meanwhile, on the left you can see the leaders engaging with B.S. Yediyurappa, but all of this was happening when this meeting was about to begin. A BJP worker took to social media to protest against actor, politician and Congress leader Ramya, but in a unique way. He said that Ramya has no moral right to seek votes or run for a candidacy as an MP from Mandya because she herself has not participated in the voting process in the local body polls, nor has she participated in the state elections as a voter, and therefore has no right to ask for votes as she did not set an appropriate example. These are videos that have gone on WhatsApp as well. Let's listen to what this man, Shiv Kumar Aradhya from Mandya district, has to say.
ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಾಜಿ ಸಂಸದರಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಚಿತ್ರನಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳು ರಾಜ್ಯಾದ್ಯಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತದಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಬಂದು ಮತ ಚಲಾಯಿಸಿದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ನಾಗರಿಕರಿಗೆ ಯಥೇಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ನೋಡಿ, ಚುನಾವಣಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತದಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕು ಅಂತ ಆಯಾ ಅಂಗನವಾಡಿಯ ಟೀಚರ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಮತದಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಸಂದೇಶ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ನಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ್ಯದ
Now, Bengaluru police have arrested a few members of the Karnataka Prajashakti Samiti who would collect extortion money in the name of pro-Kannada organizations. The members have been accused of demanding 50,000 rupees from a plastic factory and have threatened to burn down the factory if their demand was not met. Two members of this organization, Basavaraj and Chandan, including 5 others, have threatened the factory owner Umesh Kumar. Police have now arrested 5 persons for complicity in this particular case. Extortion in return for protection against damage done to the factory. That is what these, a total of 7 men, have been arrested for, and all in the name of a pro-Kannada organization called the Karnataka Prajashakti Samiti. It appears there's another school in the city that is courting controversy for charging exorbitant school fees. We're talking about Greenwood High School on Sarjapur Road, allegedly charging 30% higher fees than the usual fees paid by parents. The parents have staged a protest against the school management and have demanded appropriate action by the school management. This is, of course, not the first time the parents are protesting. They had even protested on the 7th of June regarding the same. Now, in engaging with some of the parents, we got to learn that following the June 7th meeting, not much was done with regard to the fees as well, and that the school management is largely unresponsive despite assurances given to the parents by the principal. In addition, we also learned from one parent that if a child was enrolled in the school for this year, that child would have to pay a higher fee than the same a classmate from the same class who would have enrolled in the school for the first time last year. So year on year, there seems to be an increase in fees, and all the children do not pay the exact same fee. Now, a heated argument broke out between a traffic policeman and a lorry driver in Shiradi Ghat area of Dakshina Kannada. A lorry driver from Punjab was angry that the police were taking bribes of 500 rupees and allowing very heavy vehicles, 12 to 18 wheelers, to travel, but were not doing the same for smaller trucks. The traffic policeman tried to even snatch the phone of the driver who was recording the video. Let's just take a look at this interaction.
हिंदी बोल गाड़ी क्या नहीं करते अरे 2 व्हील का गाड़ी क्या नहीं तेरे मैं कंप्लेंट करता डीसी के पास जाता है कोई बात नहीं डीसी के पास जाता हूँ कौन डीसी के पास जाता हूँ मैं तेरा गाड़ी 12 गाड़ी के लिए बोल एक है पुलिस वाला 500 रुपए लेके छोड़ रहे गाड़ी ये 12 व्हील का कैसे आया उधर के नन्ना पकड़ के वीडियो बना के ये गाड़ी कैसे आया लड़की रात को क्या 12 व्हील का क्या हिंदी बोल गाड़ी क्या नहीं करते अरे 2 व्हील का क्या नहीं तेरे मैं कंप्लेंट करता डीसी के पास जाता है कोई बात नहीं डीसी के पास जाता हूँ कौन डीसी के पास जाता हूँ मैं तेरा गाड़ी 12 गाड़ी के लिए बोल
So it appears this police force was kept in place to stop large vehicles from plying on the roads, especially in Shiradi Ghat, where the risks of landslides continue. But it seems one could get through for 500 rupees, at least that's what this particular driver is alleging, and also questioning as to why his truck, a much smaller truck, was not being allowed to go through. Was it any other issue other than safety that was coming in? At least that's what the driver seems to be suggesting here in this rather angry confrontation that was reported just prior to Shiradi Ghat roads beginning. The car went up in flames while it was being filled up, or almost being filled up, at the bunk. However, the tragedy was averted due to the presence of mind of the petrol bunk staff who avoided the fire spreading. This incident was reported from Shivamogga. Fire brigade personnel rushed to the spot and doused the fire. The car reportedly belongs to a man named Sampath. Here is the vehicle, an Omni that just started combusting. Very close to the petrol bunk. A grave set of catastrophes could have happened had it not been for the presence of mind of the staff of this petrol bunk. Now the engine is right below the driver's seat, so the driver's seat is completely consumed by the fire, and eventually it does appear that foam was used to douse the fire. This being likely an oil fire, it could have been a lot worse, but thankfully the disaster was averted thanks to the presence of mind of the petrol bunk staff. This is what remains of the vehicle on the inside. A video of MP Pratap Simha being booed by residents near a polling booth in Mysuru has emerged. This incident took place at Ward number 31 in KNpura during the urban local body polls. Let's just take a quick look.
ಒಂದು ವೋಟ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗ್ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು
ಎಂಪಿ ಆವನ್ ಎಂಪಿ ರೇ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮುಗ್ದ ಎಂಪಿ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಎಂಪಿ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದ್ದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರ್ದಿ ಅಕ್ಕ ಐಡಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಐತಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿ ಕಾರ್ಡು ಈ ವೋಟರ್ ಐತಾ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಐತಾ ಕಿರಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಆಚೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಆಚೆ
ಮೊದಲು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡ್ಸಿ
ಆಚೆ
So from the wielder of the camera, you can hear him heckling Pratap Simha, stating that if you do not have a voter's identification card, you do not have any right to be in the vicinity of the polling booth, let alone inside. Pratap Simha was reportedly with the BJP candidate at the time when he was surrounded by angry voters who said he had to leave, insinuating that he was there to influence voters.
ಬೇರೆಯವನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಟರು
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಟರು
ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ವೋಟ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗ್ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು.
With Dasara around the corner, preparations are underway for the biggest festival the state ever witnesses. A herd of elephants preparing for Dasara festivities are now being taken to Mysuru from Somwarpete in Madikeri. The elephants will be sent in 2 batches, and the first batch includes Gopi, Vikram and Dhananjay. The rituals prior to sending these 3 pachydermal delights across to Mysuru was seen, and a total of 4, 3 of whom are Gopi, Vikram and Dhananjay. Decorated in the finery of flowers, and of course they certainly seem happy about heading on over to Mysuru as well. It has been a difficult time in Madikeri too, even for the animals especially, and one can imagine it's welcome relief for them too to be heading to Mysuru for the festivities. Meanwhile, here we see them climbing on to a truck, and it's of course quite an arduous task for the mahouts to guide these elephants to climb onto trucks. It's a scary experience for them nonetheless to be transported in vehicles. It's not an atmosphere they're familiar with. Here is an elephant that is rather resistant to climbing onto the truck, but it does appear that they managed to convince him to get on board. It does appear that another elephant was employed to encourage this elephant from not being scared. It does seem to be a young elephant and a little apprehensive about climbing onto a truck. We have a statement from the district forest officer. This is Ned.
ದಸರಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದುಬಾರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಿಂದ 6 ಆನೆ ಈ ಸರಿ 5 ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 5ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕಂತಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಆನೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಧನಂಜಯ, ವಿಕ್ರಮ ಮತ್ತು ಗೋಪಿನ. ಕಾವೇರಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಜಯ 2ನೇ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಸರಿ ಭಾಳ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಭಾಳ ವಿಜೃಂಭಣೆಯನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ಗಣಪತಿ ದೇವಕೋಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಗು ಭಾಳ ನಡಗೋಗಿದೆ. ನಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ವಿಜೃಂಭಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಬಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಆನೆಗಳನ್ನ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಆನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ 3 ಆನೆಗಳು ಈಗ ವೀರನಸಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೀರನಸಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಗಜಪಯಣ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಹಿರಿಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರ್ವಭಾವಿಯಾಗಿ 3 ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
5 ಆನೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಧನಂಜಯ, ಗೋಪಿ, ವಿಕ್ರಮ, ಕಾವೇರಿ, ವಿಜಯ 5 ಆನೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಸಲ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಥಮ ಹಂತದಿಂದ 3 ಆನೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನು 2 ಆನೆನ 20-21ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು 2ನೇ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಚಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು.
Now, in a rare sight in a forest, a tiger was seen confronted by a python. This was reported from Nagarahole Forest, in a sight that is very rare to be seen in daytime, let alone by a sea of photographers whom we can hear in the background. Now, here's a python that is lying sprawling across a path, and the tiger apprehensive to get across, not knowing what to do, certainly not in attack mode, and can be seen receding from the python that is slithering towards the tiger in an intimidatory fashion. Let's just take a look. We see the tiger crossing on the other side, and slowly you will see the python coiling towards the tiger. The python can exceed 12 feet in length and has the ability to asphyxiate even a 300 kilogram heavy tiger. So definitely the python having the upper hand here, and it appears the tiger is attempting a retreat eventually. Quite a rare sight indeed, let alone to capture such a sight when we have our cameras on. And that's a wrap on this session of the Bulletin. We leave you with weird news.
Maiden voyage.
Spin top's a really fun game. Ever seen a performer like this? Look at that.